How to make garden art with old windows. Since most garden art is very expensive in stores, perhaps you have been looking around for ways to create some yourself. Old windows can be a great starting place for garden art, because there are many ways to incorporate old windows into strikingly colorful and quirky garden art. Method 1. Preparing to create art. 1. Choose small windows to make creating your art easier. You'll probably find smaller windows easier to work with than large ones. Junkyards and reclamation yards are a good place to start looking. eBay usually has some old lots of windows for sale by collection. Or you could just start checking dumpsters in your neighborhood. 2. Make your windows safe before painting. If you are using old windows, you need to be aware of some hazards such as splintered wood and nails sticking out. Check your window carefully before handling it and be sure to use tough gloves. 3. Beware of bugs to make sure your art is not eaten. You need to be cautious of woodworms and termites if you are bringing second-hand furniture into your home. Look out for little holes and piles of frass, termite excrement. Fumigation works best to get rid of them, or use a DIY chemical treatment and seal up any holes. Method 2. Choosing decorations. 1. Make a simple bubble window. Probably the simplest way to bring color into your garden is to take an old window frame and glue colored glass beads to it. You should use glue such as E6000, which dries clear. 2. Create a window mosaic to bring color into your garden. The joy of old window art is bringing lots of translucent color into your garden. You can try to source an old window with colored glass in, or create your own. Add a colorful mosaic to an old colorless glass window by gluing on a pattern of glass beads, transparent colored mosaic tiles, or even sea glass gathered from the beach. You can source colored glass receptacles, such as kitchenware, from thrift stores and smash these up to make glass shards. You'll need to get some glass glue and a grout. Try following an online glass mosaic tutorial. Home Depot can source a grout that works well. Ask for 100% solids epoxy grout when ordering ahead. 3. Paint your own art onto old windows. It can be fun to paint your own works of art onto blank windows. Not all glass paint will survive out of doors and some will peel, so choose your paint carefully. 4. Create a mini greenhouse planting display. Creating a mini greenhouse can be a great place to store plants in a colorful way. You'll need 6 small window frames of the same size and shape for this. 5. Hang painted frames on chains. Remember, you don't need to have glass in the frames of your old windows to use them in the garden. In fact, empty panes will make a great place for birds to perch. 6. Create a false window on a fence. An old window can be hung on a fence to create the illusion of a real window. This works especially well if you replace the glass panes with mirror panels. 7. Use an old window as a planting display. You can use an old window as a planting display by adding a window box or ledge to your window and putting a planter in it or several plant pots on it. Another nice effect can be achieved by taking some old metal food cans, making some drainage holes at the bottom using a screwdriver, painting them in bright colors and patterns, and nailing them to the window frame before planting in them. This is a nice way to display plants against a colorful window frame. 8. Make a frame for your plants. Take an old window, or picture, frame that is empty of glass to create a plant frame. Attach a small hook to the center of the inner frame at the upper side. Attach a chain to this and hang a planter from it. A small bucket or basket planter works well for this. This is a neat way to display a trailing plant. It works nicely if you paint the frame in a color that complements your planter and its flowers and foliage. 9. Create a clear glass mosaic. Gather a good collection of colorless cut glass plates and pot lids, decanter tops, and other clear glass items to create a glass mosaic. Glue these to your clear glass window and fill in the spaces between them with clear glass beads or marbles. The idea for this display is to make it colorless but emphasize the textures provided by the cut glass items you use. 10. Raise and treat your garden art to preserve it. Since garden art lives outdoors, it's best to protect it before leaving it out for extended periods of time. Remember that any wood in contact with soil will get wet and may start to rot.